Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll make pleated frock style shirt for young girls, and I'll be using these contrast colored laces to design this dress and pin tucks on the plain fabric. And normally we use 2.5 meters of fabric for a shirt for young girls, but in this dress we need 3 meters of fabric. So let's get started. This fabric is folded widthwise. So you can see here it's 3 meters fabric and I folded it. It's in 2 layers in front of me. I folded it widthwise. First of all, we'll cut for the length of our dress. The length of the dress I want is 38 inch. I'll add 2 inches for seam allowance to it, so I'm marking at 40 inches for the length of the dress. So this is 40-inch long piece of fabric and it is folded. First of all, we'll mark for back part of the shirt only. For shoulder, I'm marking at 7.5 inch. This is half of our shoulder, so you can mark according to your size. For armhole, I'm marking at 7.5 inches. That is according to 36 inch chest size. At this line, we mark for 1/4 of the chest, and according to 36 inch chest size, 1/4 is 9 inch. You can add 0.25 inch loosing if you want. I marked at 9 inch and at 1 inch for cutting. We won't mark for waist here, but directly join this chest mark to the bottom of the dress like this in a straight line, because for fitting we'll attach dory so that the fitting can be adjusted at the end. And now at this line at the bottom we'll give 2.5 inch slope, so we'll mark at 2.5 inch from the bottom and make a slope like this. From this mark of cutting, we'll draw a shape for back armhole like this, and for front armhole mark at 1 inch inwards and join this point to the top, and the curve of front armhole should be passing through this line. It gives it a perfect shape. And now we'll go for cutting. As we are cutting back part of the shirt, so we'll cut back armhole only, and giving 1.5 inch margin we'll cut the sides. And at the bottom where we mark for the slope, so we have cut the back part of the shirt, and we'll take it as pattern to cut the front part of the shirt. But our front part would be in 3 pieces, and the side panels would be exactly in the same shape, but the center would be a little bit different. So I'm marking at 3.5 inches from the folded side of the shirt. Fold this portion inwards because that would be different in front part, but the side panels would be exactly same. So I'm pinning this portion so the fabric won't move. Now I took another folded piece of the fabric and placed the back part of the shirt on it. I placed this folded side of the back shirt on the open end of the fabric because we need a joint here, and in this way we'll get a wider leftover fabric that can be used somewhere else. So we'll exactly mark in the same shape as the back part of the shirt from the bottom and the sides. And for the armhole, we'll simply tap this fabric a little bit and we'll get very light mark of front armhole on our fabric. Trace it with chalk to make it prominent like this. And in the same way for the side marks, tap the fabric, you will get a very light mark on the other fabric. You can make it prominent like this. So we have marked for the side panels of front shirt. Cut on these marks for the front armhole and the side and bottom of the dress. In this way we got a folded leftover piece that can be used somewhere else. So we have cut the side panels of front part of our shirt. Only the center panel is left where we'll add pin tucks. So for that I took 14 inches long and 22 inch wide piece of fabric, and we'll make pin tucks here. First of all, we'll mark at 14 inch, that is the waistline, because we'll stitch the pin tucks up to this point, and the pleats would be open from the bottom part. That will give a frock like shape to the dress. So draw a line here. Our stitch line would end here. from the top, and we'll make pin tucks here like this. That would be a 1/2 inch wide on fold. And for that, first of all, we'll make a box pleat at the center of this fabric, and the direction of pleats on either side of the box pleat would be opposite. So first of all, we'll fold this fabric from the center to make the box pleat, press it to make a mark here like this, and for the box pleat, mark at 1.25 inch from the folded side. So the box pleat would be 1.25 inch on fold, and make a stitch line on this mark. So I've made the stitch line. You can see here it's 1.25 inch on fold. We'll open the fabric again, press this pleat from the center, press it, and that would be our box pleat. Now on either side of the box pleat, we'll fold the fabric like this and stitch here, but we'll press the pleats first. It will be easier for us to make stitch lines then. And we'll make these stitch lines up to this point, that is our waistline. We'll do the same on the other side, but the direction of pleats would be opposite, and the pleats are 1/2 inch on fold. I made pin tucks on one side. I folded the pleats as I told you, and then made stitch lines. You can see here all the pleats are separate. Now I'll show you how to make these pleats on the other side. Fold the fabric and press. It will be helpful to keep the width of the pleats equal from top to bottom. So I folded the fabric and pressed. You can see here I just pressed, I didn't make stitch lines yet, and pinned the pleats in place. And now we'll make stitch lines. So I'm starting from the bottom, that is the waistline, and make stitch line here. So it is as simple as that. Pinning and pressing is very helpful in making these stitch lines. So we'll simply remove the pins, all the pleats are in place, and make stitch lines. So we made the stitch lines and then pressed the fabric again. These pin tucks are stitched up to this waistline, and the fabric is open from the bottom, so it will give a frock like look. The width of this panel would be 7 inch when ready, so we need 1 inch for seam allowance. So we'll keep 1 inch on both sides of the pleats and trim the extra fabric. So the center panel is ready now. Now we'll attach the center panel to the side panels. These are the side panels. We'll simply match the right sides together and stitch the side panels with the center panel one by one. We'll make stitch line here. So I've attached the sides to the center, and now top stitch on these joints, keeping this margin outwards. Top stitching will give the joints a nicer look. So we'll simply top stitch from top to bottom of the dress. I have top stitched it. And now it's time to get the neckline ready. For neckline, I took a piece of bukram, folded it, and now mark for width and depth of neckline. For width, I'm marking at 3.5 inch. And for depth, I'm marking at 5.5. You can keep it as per your choice. Make a box here like this and make a round shape for the neckline. Now cut on this line and keep the width of this shape 1 inch. Our neckline is ready. We'll paste it on a fabric like we do normally. So I pasted it on the fabric and marked for the center of the neck. Now we'll attach it to our dress. So this is the front part. and we'll attach it to the right side of our dress. Align the center of the shirt and the neckline and stitch here, then fold it to the wrong side and finish the neckline as we normally do. So I have finished the neckline and top stitched at 1 centimeter here, and before attaching laces you better make this line prominent so your laces would be attached easily. So these are two contrast colored laces I've chosen for this dress. So we'll place one lace here, aligning with the outer pleat, and turn the lace at this line, that is the waistline where the stitch line of the pleats ends, and then stitch this lace upwards here. Then place the other contrast colored lace adjacent to the first one and simply stitch here. So if you will mark at these lines where you are supposed to attach the laces, it will be very easy for you to attach, especially the line at the waistline. I have marked it, but you better make it prominent before attaching. And at the box pleat in the center, we'll trim flowers from this lace and use these flowers as buttons to decorate the dress, and it's looking very nice, you can see here. And I've chosen the flowers from the outer lace. So after attaching the laces, we'll hand stitch these buttons in the center. So first, as I told you, we'll attach the first lace very close to the outer pleat, as you can see here. Change the direction of the lace at the waistline. This line should be prominent, so you attach the lace in a very straight line. Now the other lace. So the laces are done and the color combination is looking very nice. Must try it. And now it's time to attach the flowers at the center, that is the box pleat. We'll simply hand stitch the flowers in place. I've hand stitched these flowers. You can see in the closer view that they are looking very nice, the pintucks and the laces. So it's a very beautiful neck design, must try it. Now we'll place the back part of the shirt on the front part and stitch the shoulders and attach the sleeves. So I've attached the shoulders first and then the sleeves. I cut the sleeves in the basic sleeve pattern and attached laces at the bottom of the sleeves, so it's giving it a more beautiful look. And now we'll attach dory or cords at the waistline for fitting. So we'll check out, it is at 13 inch from the top when ready. So we'll attach the cords or dories here on both sides, here as well. And for the back part, we'll mark dart lines on the wrong side of the dress from shoulder at 13 inch. So we'll mark at 13 inch from the shoulders. Here and on the other side as well. And from the center, the dart should be at 4 inches. So we'll mark at 4 inch from the center here and on the other side as well. The length of the dart would be 8 inches, 4 inches above the line and 4 inches below the line. So mark at 4 inches above and 4 inch below. It is 8 inch in total. We'll do the same on the other side. While stitching the darts, we'll place these cords or dories in between each dart. So I show you how. We'll fold the fabric like this on this line we just marked and stitch. The dart would be wider at the center, so that would be the shape of the stitch line. And we'll place the cord in the center here in the center of the dart and then stitch. So the cord will be fixed in place. We'll do the same on the other side. Fold the fabric on the dart line and place the cord here in the center and stitch. The dart would be widest at the center. So I made 4 cords, 2 for front and 2 for back. So you can see here all the cords have been attached. For the front I attached them under the lace, and at the back part they are attached in the darts. So on the wrong side you can see the shape of the dart as I told you. So this is where cord is attached, and to make the stitch line more reliable I made 2 stitches. You can see here very clearly. So now the cord is intact. Now we'll simply match front and back part of the shirt facing the right sides together and stitch the side seam starting from the bottom of the sleeves and the sides down to the bottom of the dress. Do the same on the other side. So I attach the sides as I told you. We'll simply tie a knot at the side to adjust our fitting. I also added these flowers as hangings under the cord. I'll upload a separate video on how to make these cords. So we'll adjust our fitting. It's a very easy method and it's looking very beautiful. It's giving a very nice design to the dress. Must try it and tell me in the comments how your dress comes out. And I also hemmed the bottom of the dress, just folded the fabric and stitched. So our dress is done. Hope you like the video, and make sure to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so you will get update on every new upload. And thank you so much for watching. Allah Hafiz till the next video.